First off, that was a great fight. That was a great fight. I enjoyed the fight. Fight that I always wanted to see. Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. I enjoyed it. This was the fight that I wanted to see. I like both of them. And it was a great fight. It definitely lived up to the hype, you know, the build up to it, you know. Keith Thurman was talking a lot of shit, so I know a lot of people are going to come here like, good, I'm glad he lost. But you know what? The shit talking is what sold the fight. I'm sure that the pay-per-view is going to do well. It looked like it was packed in that place, you know, and it was a great fight. It was a great fight, you know, and I watched it with a bunch of people that don't even watch boxing like that, and they enjoyed the fight, okay? So, great fight. I enjoyed it. It was very competitive and all that good stuff. Now, all the videos of all the other fights that took place today and the Teofimo Lopez fight, I will do videos for. I just want to get this first reaction out of the way. There's going to be countless videos after talking about this. One thing, I did not see the post-fight interview, so I don't know what each fighter said. I didn't hear it. So I don't know what's going to happen, you know, with their careers as far as next move. I don't know if Pacquiao retired. I just don't know, okay? First reaction. Listen, Pacquiao did his thing. You know, I said I preferred his straight shots and his speed and his the fact that he's been more active. And overall, it's just his boxing IQ. He's the more durable fighter still, okay? I think Father Time did play somewhat of a role because I felt like after the 7th round, Pacquiao slowed down a bit. That's when I first started saying, like, Pacquiao looks a little tired. And that was the point where Keith Thurman started to collect some rounds in there, okay? But earlier on, I think maybe by the 5th round, maybe, 5th or 6th rounds, I thought that at one point that Keith Thurman was going to get stopped. You know, I don't know if it was the 4th, the 5th, the 6th round. Oh, excuse me. But I thought there was some point where I was like, man, I don't know if Keith Thurman's going to survive this one. You know, and I know I predicted Pacquiao to win, but I predicted based on points. I didn't think it would be a stoppage. And I was like, man, I don't know if Keith is going to be able to survive. But Pacquiao did let his foot off the gas a little bit, which is only natural. The guy is 40 years old, you know. The whole time watching the fight, man, if Pacquiao was just 3, 4, 5 years younger, this wouldn't have even been a competitive fight. I'm sorry. And I love Keith and everything, but this was not going to be a competitive fight if Pacquiao was just a few years. If he wasn't 40. And for him to still move that fast, have the clear hand speed over Keith Thurman. All right. The fact that he was taking those punches, Keith was starting, especially in the second half, Keith started to land some big shots, some good combinations. And he was landing, I mean, Keith was doing what I can't even say, like, guys, let's be real. We know that he wasn't active for 2 years. We know that he almost got stopped in the post-Cito Lopez fight. All good. But Keith, especially in the second half of this fight, he did everything that I've seen Keith do. It just wasn't enough. It's levels of this shit. It's levels. And even Pac-Man at 40 was still better. Still better at 40 years old. That just goes to show, like, there's levels. There's really good fighters, and then there's all-time great fighters. You know, it's different levels, you know. And Keith did his thing. Keith looked good to me. He looked good. It's just that Pacquiao was better, and that's why I picked him to win, you know. I can't just, you know, like, you know, like I said in the prediction video, yo, listen, it took me a while to even do that video because I didn't want to tell you who I thought was going to win from here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. But it was a great fight. I think Pacquiao did a good job going to the body. I think it was that later round, the 10th round, where Pacquiao hurt Keith to the body, and Keith was trying to escape. And, you know, he took his mouthpiece out, and he was getting chased by Pacquiao. At that very moment, I said to all the guys, all the fellas, this is 40 years old. Because Pacquiao would have ended him. It would have been done. You get hurt like that, you know? And I don't even think when he got dropped in the second round, was it first or second? Damn. I think it was the second round when he got dropped. Or was it the first? I can't remember. But when Keith Thurman was dropped, he wasn't really hurt. It was like a flash knockdown. But I think it was those rounds leading up after that is when he started to really get hurt, and then that's when his nose started bleeding and everything like that. That's when Keith was really hurt. But I think when he started to move and throw, jump in, land his combinations and move, then started popping the jab, he started to look a little awkward and making things a little awkward. His timing was a little awkward, and it started to hurt Pacquiao, and he started to land a little bit. So I think he boxed well, Now, for the judge that thought Keith Thurman won, I I don't know. I thought it was maybe seven rounds to five if you add the knockdown, so that's like 8 points to five. You know what I'm saying? That's what the way I saw it. Maybe 9-4, but I don't think Keith Thurman won more than 5 rounds. I think 5 rounds is a stretch. But I could respect the 5 round, anyone that scored a 5 round. But for that judge that, there's always one judge. It's always one. It's always one. But I'm glad they did the right thing, gave Pacquiao the decision. And Pacquiao, for him to finish strong. He finished strong. It was good. I was glad that he finished the fight strong, because I didn't know if he was going to take it and just dance around the final round. I'm like, listen, I don't know. I just had that feeling. I don't know about you guys, but I had that itch. And I was saying to myself, this is going to be a draw. Because I said the same thing with Canelo for Triple G in that first fight. And I said, not for nothing, even though I think Triple G clearly won this fight, I think they're going to score a draw. And I was right. So my son told me, like, yo, Pacquiao, you better step it up. You better take this last round, because you don't know, man. You don't know. This is boxing at the end of the day. This is why we are here. Boxing's all about the bullshit. But great win for Pacquiao. This is one of his best wins. This is another great win for him. 40 years old, beating Keith Thurman, undefeated Keith Thurman. Great win for him. And what does he do from here? I don't know. I didn't see the post-fight interview. He can end it all and retire and say, you know what, this is where I'm going to end. This is when I'm going to ride off to the sunset and just finish. If he does continue to fight, I hope he fights very, very, very late this year, or maybe very early next year. Being that he is 40, you got to put that into account. You want to stay active. Even though you're older, let's keep staying active so you can stay in shape, so you can keep fighting like this. I don't think he's when you're in the fourth quarter, I don't think taking a long layoff, maybe taking another 9 months off, or maybe a year off at this point of your career, I don't think you should do that. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay fresh. You want to stay, you want to keep just being active. So I think Manny Pacquiao should be active. I don't think he's going to take a unification match in his next fight. I doubt that, but you never know. You never know. I don't know what Pacquiao's going to do, right? Because I didn't hear the interview. As far as Keith Thurman, my prediction was, if he is to lose this fight, I think he was going to take the loss really hard. I feel like his heart is just not into boxing like it once was. He's a married man, and I said, like, yo, a man that's living in his 20s, he's allowed to mature and change his ways and stuff, and I've seen a lot of that over the years. So if he takes the loss hard and he decides that he doesn't want to retire anymore, because he's been talking about retirement, I don't know if he feels ashamed and that he lost his fight. I know when he got knocked down, I know he was embarrassed as hell getting knocked down like that. But yo, listen, whatever he decides to do, I just hope that I expect him to take the rest of the year off, because that's what he said he was gonna do, win or lose. But I would like him to keep boxing. I don't think losing to Manny Pacquiao is a bad loss. I know people are gonna say, he's 40, he lost to him. Nah, he fought a good fight. It is what it is. He fought a good fight. He looked good. He prepared. He brought in 2 strength and conditioning coaches. He prepared for the fight. It just wasn't enough. He lost to a better boxer. He lost to one of the all-time greats. And people might think he's the best of all time. If you lose to him and it was a close competitive fight, what's the big deal? There's no embarrassment in losing in that. I still want to see a Spence fight. I still want to see a Porter 2 fight, or a Terrence Crawford. We're definitely not going to see that fight. But I still want to see other fights. You're still a good fighter. I don't mind seeing you fight Danny Garcia again. Like, it's all good, you know. But if he decides that his heart is not into it, I would rather him retire, do great commentary, which he does, and just do what you feel. Don't feel like, I'm sure, like, even with this loss, I feel like the pressure is probably off him. But then at the same time, you never know. Maybe he's taking the loss hard. Maybe he's going to take the loss hard. You know, I don't know what he said in his post-fight interview. And if I'm completely wrong with what I'm saying, I apologize. But I just don't know what he said. I don't know. You know, I'm going to do more videos on this and we'll speak on this. But this is my immediate reaction. Congratulations to Manny Pacquiao, legend, all-time great. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, he probably called out Floyd Mayweather since he was sitting in the ring, sitting ringside. But listen, it was great. It was great. And I'll do more videos on this tomorrow and all the other fights. And yeah, that's it, right? So that's my immediate reaction. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment. It was a great fight, man. Nobody should be angry, man. It was a good fight. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao, man. He's crazy. He's incredible, man. All right, peace, y'all. Peace.